What's up, YouTube? Give me 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay, cool. Hello. Long time no talk. At least it feels like that for me. Thought I'd hop on a quick live stream. I hope the video quality is okay. I'm actually going to check it right now. Give me a second. Long time no talk. At least it feels like that. Yep, video quality is okay. That's fine. Perfect. So what's up? I thought I'd quickly hop on a live stream, talk about a couple things, give you a couple updates, share some things that are new in my world. Yeah, no like real plan for this, but there are a couple things I definitely want to make sure we get into. So first of all, I've said it a couple times. I'm going to keep saying it, you know, because I think new people are finding me every day, but I'm going to be a heck of a lot quieter on YouTube, probably till at least April, or yeah, probably about April, just because, as I've said a bunch of times, I'm currently in India, and where I'm living in India, I don't have the best internet connection. So to give you just like a little bit of perspective, where like in Canada, you know, for my internet upload speeds, it's usually about whatever, 9 megabytes per second. Where I'm living in India has about 0.3. So it's just not fast enough to really get a stream going and really like to upload one video. I uploaded one yesterday that I'm going to make public tomorrow. It literally took 14 hours to upload a 10-minute video. So it's like the laptop is just sitting there forever. So I'm just not going to be as active. However, I've been more like killing it, crushing it on Instagram, Snapchat, yeah, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook too, actually. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I actually would think that those have become primary, and YouTube has become quite secondary. While normally YouTube is pretty primary for me. But yeah, right now it's going to be secondary for the next month. So I think a lot of you do follow me on those other platforms, but if you want to keep up with what's going on in my world, with all the language learning stuff and travel stuff, all that, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Those are the 3 places you probably want to would probably want to follow, because that's where I'm really sharing things. I'll be posting an Ask the Language Nerd. It'll be tomorrow, if not the day after. I've uploaded it. It's just on private. I'm just gonna switch it. So that at a minimum you guys will be getting. Also, another random update. Why not throw another one in? I've been doing a lot of blogging lately. I feel like blogging, I go through spurts of doing it and then not doing it. Like I'm just kind of just like on and off, on and off, on and off. Right now, I'm in an on phase with blogging. So in the link to my Medium blog, I've been doing daily for the past few days. So you guys can check a lot of that content out. Sharing a lot of pretty cool things about India, like a lot of things that are different here compared to where I'm from. A lot of some things that are similar, some things that are cool, some things that maybe I don't like as much, some things just really any and all thoughts that cross my mind, and everything that I noticed that I feel like is worth sharing. So what we'll do for this video, so actually, first of all, I apologize for being less active on YouTube, but it is what it is. When I'm back in Canada, you guys know me, I'll be back. What we'll do for this video, man, I think it's actually cutting on live stream, which is a shame, but that's all right. But what we'll do for this video is I'll talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind, language learning related, and actually spontaneous idea. I'm going to record a podcast and make this a podcast episode. Let's do that. So I'll open up this. Give me 3 seconds. All right. And I'll share a story with you about me electrocuting. Yeah, Adriano Goncalves da Silva. I see your comment. I see you. I do see you. Feel free to type stuff in the comments if you want to. So I'll record a podcast episode as I do this. So let me connect this guy here. Yes. Wi-Fi got nakis? Wait a second. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my friend to just connect me to the Wi-Fi so I can do a podcast at the same time. And yeah, I'll share a story where I electrocuted my ear. Would have been about a week ago. I'll give a couple of different language learning pieces of advice. Thank you. language learning piece of advice, and then we'll wrap up the live stream. So won't be too long of a live stream. All right, let's get this going. By the way, if you're not following me on Anchor or any of my podcast stuff, link in the description for that too. I feel like this is a very self-promotional one. Whatever. Okay, here we go. What is up, podcast people? Hope you're doing very, very well. I feel like this is an ironic podcast because it was literally, I think it was 6 days ago, maybe 7 days ago, something like that, where I posted being like, hey, I'm going to be vanished and not going to be sharing anything for a while because I was in India. I currently am still in India. And my mind is like so heavily focused on language learning and less focused on work. But I was doing a live stream, and I'm currently doing a live stream on YouTube. And I thought, what the heck, let's take out my phone, record a quick podcast episode. So basically, I'm gonna do two things. I wanna share a story about how I electrocuted my ear the other day. And number two, I'll share a couple of different language learning tips that are on the top of my mind as of right now. So electrocuting my ear. In India, currently there's lots of mosquitoes. And as a result, one thing that you will commonly find are these they look like tennis rackets, but they're basically something you can electrocute the mosquitoes with. It's like an electric fly swatter, okay? Now, what happens is that in my room at night, I usually try and kill all the mosquitoes. I have this thing that I plug in the wall that kills the mosquitoes in the air. And so normally I go to sleep and there's no, if not very few mosquitoes left in the room. So I was sleeping and it was 3:30 in the morning and I hear this buzzing by my ear and I was like, oh my God, shoot me now. A mosquito is buzzing in my ear. I just want to sleep. I'm swatting at it, not going away. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab the racket. I'm gonna kill it with the racket. Take the racket, start swatting the racket. It keeps coming back. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, you know what? Okay, guys, a quick thing. When it's 3:30 in the morning, your brain is not working at its best, right? It's not. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this racket. I'm gonna put it against my ear. I'm gonna push the button that puts the electricity through it. I'm gonna wait till the mosquito hits the racket. That was my brilliant idea. And anyone who knows anything about how electricity works, yeah, like this racket. My friend has passed me the racket here. So I take this racket, put it against literally touching my ear. There's electricity flowing through it. Anyone who knows anything about electricity, you know this is not going to end well. The mosquito hits the racket. And I was like, yes, it's dead. But the problem is that when the electricity goes off, it hit my ear as well. And I get this huge shock on my ear. I was like, ow. And then after that, I was like, ow, 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 and it hurt. And my entire ear was buzzing. It felt like there's a mosquito inside my ear, literally going, bzzz. And 3:30 in the morning, it didn't make the connection that I zapped my ear. 3:30 in the morning, my thought was, is there a mosquito inside my ear? Is that a thing? So I'm Googling it, can't find anything about mosquitoes living in your ears. I'm super duper confused. And then eventually I stumbled across this ear disease called tinnitus or something like that. Or it's where it's for some reason you get buzzing in your ear. And I was like, no. And I was going to sleep thinking they're cut my ears off. Oh my God, I've taken my ears for granted. I should have felt more grateful for having ears. Oh my God, I'm going to wake up in the morning. Some Indian doctors, I have to chop it off with a knife. And oh my God, this is going to be the worst. I'll go home with one ear. Mom's going to yell at my grandma and grandma's going to yell at someone. And there's all this family drama. And then I woke up and it was fine. So it was, in hindsight, it's a funny story, zapping your ear. But at the time, it was not. It was actually pretty scary. 4 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning, I was super scared. But answering a question here in the live chat, podcast people, I'm doing a YouTube stream at the same time. But there's a question, Azren, what language are you learning? Currently learning Gujarati in India. So a couple language learning things that are top of mind. I think one of them would be I guess we could say the importance of, I guess you could say the importance of making sure that you're spending your time in the most productive way. So what I mean by that is, a lot of people will just pick a language learning strategy. They'll take classes, they will, whatever, they'll find a textbook, they'll find something, and they just kind of follow it, quote unquote, blindly. And in my perspective, I just don't know if that's the best strategy per se, because there's always things, no matter what strategy you're picking, there's always going to be things that are going well with it, and there's always things that are not going well. So for instance, I have a private Gujarati tutor here in India, and her teaching style doesn't fully match my learning style. It just doesn't. Like the stuff we were doing the first few lessons made me feel like, I was like, man, I cannot keep doing this every single day. And so I was like, man, so we had a conversation. I was like, hey, teacher, I want to do X, Y, Z. And so basically what's happening now is I went from, hey, I'm just going to take lessons, I'm going to follow whatever the program they've set out, to I'm actually going to plan every single lesson for my teacher. I'm going to make many, if not most, if not all of the lesson plans to make sure that I'm actually getting out of it what I want to get out of it. I think also I think one thing as well, which is on a similar note, I guess we could say, is that you can't, how do I put this? You can't over stress or overtax your brain. What I mean by that is often what tends to happen is a lot of people go really, really all in on a language. They'll study. But what happens is that at a certain point, your brain stops absorbing all the information. So for example, I went through probably a 1 or 2 week period where it was like 3 hours of class. I'd come home, do probably 2 hours of writing and reading, and then probably another hour of like listening practice. So you're looking at whatever that is, 6 hour, call it 6 hours of like pretty intense study daily. And that at a certain point, it stops becoming effective. It's kind of like, here's a good analogy, just came to my mind. It's kind of like if you took, some food, like a lot of food, and you ate, 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 and you just ate for 2 weeks straight, 6 hours a day. That would not be healthy. But you get the picture. You're eating a lot and a lot. At a certain point, your stomach's not going to handle it because you need time to like digest it. So it was interesting because I remember feeling really, I guess you could say, sicky, but I was kind of just mentally tired of learning a language, I guess you could say. And there was like, I needed to just not necessarily stop, because I still kept going to lessons, I still kept working at it, but it was more focusing on just putting myself in scenarios where I was using Gujarati, but not necessarily in such an active way. So for example, just hanging out with different friends, just watching like comedy videos on YouTube or whatever, things that weren't necessarily extremely mentally taxing, but was just giving me time to just digest and absorb the different things that I'd learned. So it's actually, which is funny, that often I find that when I've studied French in the past, Spanish in the past, and Mandarin, I've noticed the weirdest phenomena. Is it phenomenon or phenomena? Anyway, you guys got to pick the weirdest thing, which is that I would go travel somewhere, whether it was like France for 3, 5, 6 months total, whether it was, South America for 3 months, whether it was China for 3 months. I'd travel there, I'd come home, and probably, I'm kind of guesstimating, but probably 3 to 6 months after the fact, I felt that I had actually gotten better, even though that 3 to 6 months after the fact, I hadn't been doing any active studying. I'd been doing nothing. It's almost like everything I'd studied really intensely was like just processing now that I wasn't studying it. I was just resting. And my brain had a chance to actually eat and like digest and really absorb the information. So even now, like I haven't spoken, let's say Chinese, for example, Mandarin, I haven't spoken probably in, I would say, I'm guessing about 3 months, probably 3 months. I don't think I've spoken to anybody. And yet, if someone walked in this apartment right now and was like, hey, Azren, let's hang out and chat in Chinese, for some reason, I feel extremely confident just busting it out, because I think that mental break is just healthy. So I think there's a point where it's healthy, and if it goes too long, then you start to lose confidence, if that makes sense. So let's answer some questions here. I've got, am I a miracle? No, I'm not a miracle. I wish I was a miracle. That'd be pretty cool. By the way, actually, I have a good job. How do you say a magic wand? Magic wand. Harry Potter માં આવે છે ને મેજિક વોન્ડ?
જાદુગર.
હા?
જાદુગર.
જાદુ?
જાદુગર.
ઘર. ઘર એટલે?
જાદુગર.
એટલે એક શબ્દ છે ખાલી. અચ્છા.
Magician, do you mean?
હા, જાદુ એટલે મિરેકલ ને?
જાદુ miracle.
હા, હા, હા.
Yes, and
ઇંગ્લિશમાં મેજિક વોન્ડ. મેજિક વોન્ડ.
magic wand.
વોન્ડ.
Wand.
હા, WAND. હા, મેજિક તો મેજિક નહીં? મેજિક તો ખબર છે ને? હા, તો મેજિક વોન્ડ. So anyway, no, I was asking because my teacher said, what did she tell me? My teacher said, magic lakdi.
हाँ अच्छा okay. जादुई छड़ी. छड़ी.
छड़ी.
जादुई छड़ी.
Jadui chadi.
Okay.
हाँ. Yeah. My teacher said it's જાદુ લાકડી.
જાદુઈ છડી.
ના 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 ટીચર મને કીધું કે જાદુ લાકડી છે.
છડી પણ કહેવાય.
હા છડી પણ કહેવાય. જાદુ હા ના પૂછું કે જાદુ લાકડી ચાલે કે નહીં?
જાદુઈ છડી કહેવાય.
લાકડી ના ચાલે તો.
લાકડી પણ કહેવાય.
હા પણ वो मैजिक वॉन्ड માં ના ચાલે નહીં?
મેજિક વોન્ડ માં જાદુઈ છડી કહેવાય.
હા બરાબર.
વોન્ડ ને છડી કહેવાય.
અચ્છા બરાબર. I forgot what I was asking. Oh yeah, because my teacher told me it's a magic stick, and I thought that's really funny. It's like, yeah, it's a magic stick. I was like, oh, okay, cool, interesting. Anyway, I think we'll wrap this up here. It's been going for 16. Well, I guess 16 minutes for YouTube, 11 for podcasts. We'll wrap it up here. I'm going to be making a video, by the way, with, I guess we could call it a Gujarati update. So just kind of doing a demo of where my level is at now. The stupid thing, or the thing that's super frustrating, is that I didn't like think before to make like, hey, here's, it's not like you guys saw this on YouTube, actually on the podcast too. I when I was learning Mandarin, I actually had gone back and I'd like made videos to track my progress. You could actually watch it improve. Haven't done that for Gujarati, which is pretty silly to be honest, but I'll make one soon so you guys can hear what it's like. My family will hear the difference, I'm sure. They'll know. No one else. A couple of you real hardcore followers will, because I remember there's like a couple of random instances where I've like used it in the middle of a video, but I couldn't tell you like which videos they were. But anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. Podcast, peace out. You're gonna finish up first. Feel free to anchor people. Feel free to call in. Actually, I got to check my call-ins. I haven't checked forever. I'll check my call-ins. I'll post them right now if there are any. But yeah, feel free to call in. Let me know what you thought. If you're on iTunes or Google Play, feel free to hit me on whatever, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You guys know where to find me, at PolyglotAzren, or to search Azren the Language Nerd. You'll find me. And yeah, peace. All right, YouTube. Actually, let me just post this here. YouTube, yes or no on background music for this podcast? Give me a yes or a no in the chat. What should we call this? Let's call this electrocuting my ear. Electrocuting my ear. And various, what are we going to call this? Why you need time to quote unquote digest. There we go. Why you need time to digest language. There we go. That's what this is called. Add recording. Mr. Russia. I'm going to call you Mr. Russia. I can't read your name in Russian. Why so few watchers? Because it is 3 in the morning roughly 3 in the morning back in Canada / States. So that's why no one's watching. Actually, there should be more. I know half my audience is Russians. Where are all the Russians at? Seriously? Russians, where are you guys at? So electrocuting my ear. And why you need time to digest a language. Stream cut, and it's back. And the stream is cutting out a lot. That's all right. There we go. Copy. Next. Publish. All right, YouTube, peace. I'm gonna close this.